Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Now for those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Mclean and I'm a fashion and wedding photographer from Sheffield, but mainly working out of Manchester. And today we're going to be talking about creative block. So what creative block is, what I've been going through in terms of my creative block, and what I'm planning to do to get out of that and to change things up. Now to start with, the definition of creative block is: creative block is a period of time when the creative output of an individual or team falls to low levels. Unlike regular tasks, creativity tends to have great peaks and valleys of productivity. And I'm sure that any creative watching this will know that that is completely and utterly true. There are highs and lows, and sometimes when you are really productive and sometimes when you're not productive at all. Now, I have got some notes, so you are going to notice that I'm going to be looking down at my phone because I do want to make sure that I get all of the information out that I want to in this video. So firstly, with regards to myself, at the moment I've been going through sort of a real creative block, a real low in terms of productivity, and that's come about for a number of reasons that I'm going to go through with you. As it stands at the moment, I've not posted to my Instagram for a week, which is the longest that I've ever not posted on my Instagram since I took it out. Not that that's particularly a bad thing, but what I've been doing is I've not posted anything whatsoever. I've still been going on Instagram, I've still been posting stories, but I've not actually posted any images on there for a week now. And it's been a combination of things. I've been feeling a little bit uninspired. Obviously the changing weather as we're going into winter now means that getting out to shoot isn't as easy anyway. But also seeing other people on Instagram, seeing people on YouTube, other YouTube channels. I've been going through that thing that all creatives go through, which is where you compare your work to other people's, and it's not a good thing to do, but we all do it. And sometimes when you do that and you compare your work to other people's, it inspires you to do better and to grow and to progress, and sometimes it just makes you feel really negative and constantly feeling like you need some kind of validation that your work's not good enough or something like that. It especially works with Instagram, but also with YouTube as well. So when you see other YouTube channels that do similar content to yourself and they're getting hundreds and thousands of subscribers, hundreds and thousands of views, and you're not, it is hard to take sometimes. So there's those two things. Also as well, I've kind of fallen out of love with my editing style a bit. Over the past sort of 3-4 months, I've changed up my editing style, and if you saw how I edit using the iPad Pro video, if not, there's a link down below. I showed it on there how I've been editing at the moment, but I've had a bit of an issue with that in terms of I'm really happy with what I've been doing with the whites and the blacks in my images, but I feel that that's kind of washed out my colours, and I've always been somebody that's liked sort of quite vibrant, punchy colours in my images, so I feel like I've lost a bit of identity in my images and I've not kind of got the same style that I've wanted in the past. So I feel that I've been suffering with that as well. And then also my website. So I've got a website. I'll link it in every single one of these videos, but I've actually not looked at it, edited it, updated it for over a year. So again, that's something where I've just not been inspired to do that. At the moment, it's still only got wedding photography on there. It doesn't have any fashion or portrait photography on there. It only has wedding photography on there, and it's not been updated in probably 18 months. So all of those things have kind of come to a head all at once, and that's why it's really sort of got to that point where I'm really thinking, right, I need to do something about this. So in terms of what I am doing about this, as I mentioned, I've not posted to Instagram in a week. So I've not posted anything on there. I've not posted any images, but also I've not been out and shot for a week. So I've not had a camera in my hand for a week. I've not edited anything in the last week. So I've basically kind of just stopped, reset from everything. So I've not filmed any YouTube content, not taken any photos, not edited any photos, not posted any photos. And by doing that, I've kind of just done a reset. So take some time out. But during that time, I've not been taking time out from photography or videography or YouTube or anything like that. All I've been doing is consuming content. So looking at people's Instagram feeds, watching people's Instagram stories, watching so many videos on YouTube regarding photography, videography, YouTube, the whole creative process, reading magazines, so Dazed, Vogue, all sorts, GQ, all sorts of magazines, just consuming content and just trying to feel that inspiration and seeing other creatives, what they do, what their process is, and just consuming all of that whilst performing this sort of soft reset so that I can just start again, and hopefully it'll be a positive thing. So that's what I've been doing. And in terms of now what I'm going to do, a few things. Firstly, I've been out and bought a film camera. So I've got an Olympus Mu, just a point and shoot camera. Yesterday I went out and got a couple of rolls of film. I got a roll of Ektachrome 100 and Fuji Pro View 100F. So tomorrow I'm going out with that camera, with those 2 rolls of film, and just shooting. I'm just going to go out into Sheffield, where I live. It's a place that I know really well, but I'm just going to go out with a film camera, and for a couple of reasons. Firstly, by shooting with film, I have to think about each shot, because it's not like digital where you can just snap away. And also, the 2 films that I got were very expensive, so there's 40 quid's worth of film in them 2 rolls almost. So it's going to slow down the shooting process. Also as well, because I'm going to be shooting something different. I'm going to be shooting Sheffield city centre, doing some street photography. It's not going to be like what most of my work is, which is working with models or working with couples at weddings. So that's going to be different as well. And also, by shooting with film and looking at the colours that I get from those, it's hopefully going to give me some inspiration with regards to colour palettes and looking at editing, incorporating that into my editing style moving forward as well. So that's one thing. Another thing that I'm going to be doing is redesigning my website. So updating all the branding on the website, because I've changed all my logos and everything since then. So updating the branding on there, putting my portrait work on there, putting my fashion work on there, updating the wedding content that's on there, and basically just completely redesigning it. I want it to be much more portfolio based rather than just like a standard photography website. So I want it mainly to be images, very little text on there, mainly just looking at showing off my work so that people can see it straight away. And finally, with regards to YouTube, so a couple of things that I'm going to change with regards to YouTube. Firstly is I've been worried previously about why some videos do well and some don't. Videos that I'm really happy with don't seem to have as good an engagement. So what I'm going to do is try and just take that completely out of my mind, just film everything that I want to, and then put it out there. If it gets engaged with, fantastic. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it's more about the process of going out and doing that. And also by going out and filming more, it means that I'm going to increase my knowledge, increase my skill set, and that's going to lead to better content in the future as well. I'm also going to be filming an intro over the next couple of weeks so that I can get some consistency across my videos, and again just identify with that branding on YouTube as well, so it's more of a brand rather than just a channel. And also look at my thumbnails, because if I put up on the screen now my YouTube channel and you can look at all the videos, there's all these black thumbnails with white writing on and images, and I thought that that was giving some kind of consistency, which I suppose it is, but if I'm being completely honest, they're just boring. They're boring, and even when they come up in search results, you're less likely to click on them because they just look boring. So I'm going to be changing the thumbnails on there as well, and just completely redesigning my YouTube channel as well. So hopefully by doing these things, so by changing up the YouTube, changing up my filming, changing up my shooting by shooting with film, and thinking about that when it comes to editing and redesigning the website, hopefully I'll be in a place where I'm feeling much more inspired about my photography and videography, and that can only lead to bigger and better things. I am going to look at vlogging tomorrow when I go out with the full camera, so I can take you on that journey with me. And then I think what I'm going to do is check back in probably about a month to 6 weeks time, just to see how things are going and let you guys know. So if you've been suffering with creative block yourself, what I can recommend is doing that. So resetting, taking some time out, putting a few actions together so that you've got a plan for what to do moving forward, and then set yourself a goal, sort of whether it's weeks or months down the line, to at that point look back at where you are then and see the progress that you've made. If you've made progress, fantastic. If not, create different actions and look at a different way around it. But creative block is something that happens to absolutely everybody. It can come and go in days, weeks, months, but the only way that you can get through it is by getting through it. So hopefully the next video will be a more positive one. Like I say, I'm also going to look at vlogging tomorrow as well, going out shooting in Sheffield. Other than that, let me know in the comments if you've suffered from creative block. If so, have you got out of it? If you have done, how did you go about it? What steps did you take? Other than that, as always, I'll see you in the next video.